Well, if I'm not mistaken, the last time you saw this, it was on the car. Since then, I have had it actually upright and fiberglass the bottom sections on both sides together. You can see the joint there and the joint there. So now it is all joined to the rear section. And of course, previously I had joined the front section. All right. So now it is all one piece. The only thing missing is that passenger front fender, and I've run out of gel coat. Actually, I've run out of everything, so I need to reorder everything. But here's what I have. The table is there to hold that upright, otherwise it just flops over. I didn't have the flanges here, so what I did instead was I found a piece of sheet metal. I don't know what the sheet metal is from. It was sitting in my front yard. I've been kicking it around, and we had a huge storm, gosh, months ago, and I'm guessing that it came from someplace else and landed in my yard. Anyway, I just drilled some holes in it and attached the two sides together. By doing that, I ensured that the two, the front and the back, were aligned with each other. Other areas, I used pieces of wood to attach them together. Could have used metal there, didn't matter, just needed something to attach the two together. And then here's the front, here's the inside, and then this is what it looks like. So when it was upright, I did this bottom section, bonded it together. I couldn't get to this because I had clamps and such there. So I flipped it over, removed the clamps, and did this. The other thing is, this would have been upside down the other way, and it is really, really hard to get fiberglass to go in upside down. So I found out that anytime I can put it in an angle to where gravity helps, it's well worth the effort. The other problem is, if it's upside down, you get fiberglass all over yourself because you're trying to do it upside down and it drips all over you. All right, and then the other side, the same way. The top part I had done earlier to about right there, and then I added this bottom section. I just did this an hour ago out of curiosity. Oh, it is cured. Probably not completely hard, but it's at least not messy. So I did put this on the bottom to keep the grass. I was doing this in the grass, and so I'm gonna have to get a cutter, cut that off. No big deal. Same thing over here. So anyway, as you know, I just make do with what I got. I guess that's it. So the gel coat won't be here till Thursday. This is Monday. I just got a call about an hour ago that my new fender, my Art Deco fenders, will be here tomorrow. Not really sure what I'll do next. Oh, I know what I'll do next. I will remember how I used the clecos and put everything together with the clamps and the clecos and all of that stuff. Well, I still haven't figured out what to do about the front end. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'll trim up the excess off of each of these pieces on the front end and leave the flanges, and I will assemble the front end. That way I can do the same thing. I can slide it up on the front end of this along with the hood, which is still in the house. Obviously I can't do this fender over here, but I can at least do the front across, this fender over here, put the hood on, and I'll see how all of that lines up and figure out what needs to be done there. Now the challenge is I have pretty much no clue what's underneath this orange right here. So I really can't do a whole lot until I figure that out, unless of course I extend the front end of the new car out past here. Now the challenge is that if you look at the front end of this car, it has a big curve to it. Okay, so there's a huge distance between the corner over there and the peak and the corner over there. If you look at the front of the 63, it's almost straight all the way across. I actually, in looking at it, don't really like it being straight all the way across. So I'm wondering if maybe I can make a V shape in the 63 and kind of mimic kind of a compromise in between the straight front of the 63 and the very peaked front of the C8. So we'll see. That's the other thing that makes the C8 look so short in the front, is if you just look from the door to the corner of that fender, it's pretty short. But if they would have squared it off, it would be probably what, at least a foot longer. So it's not really as short as it looks. It's deceptive because of the way they shaped it. Anyway, all right, that's it for today, and I will see you next time.